All right, let's jump into it. Bant Ramp. This is an Ulamog deck. HA3 brought this card with it. 10 mana. When you cast this spell, exile 2 permanents. When Ulamog attacks, the defending player exiles the top 20 cards of their library. So while this card doesn't have a traditional form of evasion and flying or anything like that, you basically can't just jump block it because it's going to exile the entirety of your deck. Another HA3 card here is Mirari's Wake, which makes all of your lands tap for double mana. We've also got some Nissas here as like supplemental extra copies of Wake that help us ramp up, with the goal being to play Wake on turn, 3 or 4, and then play Ulamog on turns 4 or 5. So let's go ahead and pop on into some games here with this and see how it goes. This is definitely an archetype that is better and more competitive because of... It's better and more competitive because of the Winota ban. This is a deck that is largely not interactive in the early turns, and Winota would normally punish a deck like this. But because they decided they don't want people to be interactive in this format, decks like this are able to be more competitive than they previously were. You have to be a tier 3 sub to get 2x shillings now? Nope. Nothing changed with shillings, of my understanding. Is that a thing? Did they change it? No. It says if you click on learn how to earn shillings, all of them say 2x multiplier. Let me refresh my page. Maybe they changed something. How to earn shillings. Whoa, they totally did. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I had to refresh my chat because I leave it up. Ooh, shillings are pay to win now. That's wild. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 are different shilling amounts. That's interesting. Sounds fine. Late stage shilling capitalism. Watch me rush up the leaderboards now, suckers. That's interesting. That's something I have no control over as the streamer, which is actually a piece of feedback I've given them. It would be nice if the streamer could control the rate at which shillings are acquired, but currently I have zero control over that. Good, solid bit of wrong half problem here that you frequently have in Magic the Gathering. We have 2 sweepers in our hand, and it looks like we're playing against a control deck, so these sweepers just aren't going to do anything. Hey, Kunz, thank you for the very generous tier 3 sub. I appreciate that. Cody, thanks for the tier 2. Welcome back, folks. We can cantrip them with Ulamog out. We definitely can. I'm going to leave that there in case they play a 5-mana Teferi next turn. That may have to do with shillings. It may not. Have a good one, Mono. 6, 7. So we're still 3 mana away from this. This card just takes forever to cast if you don't have a way to cheat up your mana. I suppose if they're a Dream Trawler deck, these Shatters might be useful yet. I assume this is going to get absorbed or syncopated or something. Syncopate. Syncopate's very good in this format. It's a counterspell on turn 2 when you're on the draw. You can counter a 3-drop. All you need are 2 Urza's Towers, a power plant, and a mine. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. think I'm supposed to hold on to this. You can find past Runeterra decks on my Mobalytics page here. You can also find them in the video descriptions of each of the YouTube videos in which they are played. Just like my Magic decks, you'll find a deck code and a deck link there. I don't currently have plans at this point for doing dedicated Runeterra deck pages up on my website. We'll see if that changes in the future, but adding something that massive and new, I don't have bandwidth for at the moment. Thanks, Arcane. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Jumpstart stuff too.
I've got time.
Should be good. So they're gonna start making 1/1s now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we find an untapped land next turn, we can Ulamog. They're still 2 cards away from flipping Azcanta. My body is ready for this Ulamog to just, like, exile 2 lands and then get Elspeth Conquers Death. Wonder if we'll see them start drawing cards with this yet. Yeah, like, this is well played on their part. Do I just go after their white sources here? Now they have 4 of them at this point. Just gonna exile these.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
So I asked about the modern decks on my website. Are those pages still live? I think they're still live. Yeah, this page technically still exists, Blake. It's just not hyperlinked in the menu anymore because they're not being maintained. Yeah, I don't update those anymore, but they exist. I'm pretty sure there's decks on there that have like cards that have since been banned and stuff in them. It's basically exactly how we expected it to go. This mirror looks abysmal. Well, it's not a mirror, so to say. Alright, let's go, Arboreal Grazer. We're gonna get him. Yeah! Yeah, you blow that blast zone up. Peace was never an option for these Grazers, you hear me? Peace was never an option. Oh, we're being memed. Got it. Got it. This is the Goldfish deck.
Trust me, I have a plan.
When this dies, I get these back. Yes. Okay.
Only time will tell.
CSI, cool stuff, Inc. Fox, not Channel Firewall. If I'm being honest, I just sat down to look through the M20 spoiler last night. So, and I've not looked through the full Jumpstart spoiler yet. So no, I don't really have any previews because I haven't actually done the work yet. Oh, you know what? That attack was really bad, right?
Hone your prowess.
That attack was bad because, it's gonna pick this back up. And this is the tough part about... This is the tough part about,
I am not making this up as I go.
Wait, what? Oh, this has to go to the graveyard to give you the cards back? That's obnoxious. Brivity MTG, thanks to the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome back. Alright, yeah, we're done at this point. This is, so far, Historic's been pretty frustrating since we came back. The types of decks that Winota made bad were the types of decks that I really didn't enjoy playing against. Yeah, it's... Yesterday was a little... Yeah, Grifflands was really fun yesterday. The Historic was rough, and so far it's feeling like we might have a repeat of that again today. Prison elements really suck. Kwan, thanks for the third of a year. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't understand why they would make the decisions they made for so long and then, like, all of a sudden just, like, pivot into, like, all of these prison cards they had in War of the Spark. There used to be slightly less of them in this format, but with the banning of Winota, these decks all got a lot better. Yeah, like, and we've talked about this, right? Like, I think Magic formats are at their best when aggro decks are the most competitive, but they, like, there was an aggro deck that was the best deck of this format, and then they banned it. Like, it's incredibly frustrating. Have not been happy with how Wizards have been managing their formats. Yeah, I feel like Wizards really has not been a proponent of decks that actually end the game, and there's just so much garbage time in the designs that happened recently. I did see the Runeterra balance changes. In fact, I tweeted out an updated schedule. I'm going to be doing Runeterra as part of Thursdays and Fridays stream now, because they made really good balance changes. I was going to wait till next week to dip back into Runeterra, but they made a bunch of really great changes, so I'm not going to wait. Is Runeterra a tough game to learn? No, not at all. If you're familiar with Magic, most games are pretty straightforward to pick up, and Runeterra does a great job of onboarding you. Their tutorial at the start is really good. We're just hanging out. Like, they're moving to hand size and not doing anything. I'm just going to sit on these disputes for now and hit my land drops. Until they hit their next land, I think I'm just passing here. Yeah, every time they discard to hand size, we're generating card advantage, so... What other ones mattered? Well, a bunch of... Because Runeterra is digital and they can make cards better and worse, in addition to making some things worse, they also made a bunch of cards that previously just weren't playable better. Do we lead on Wake or Nissa? I think we lead on Nissa. Although maybe that's wrong, actually. Maybe we do lead on Wake. Because I don't have anything to ramp into with this, right? If they counter this, I'm going to let their counter happen. Obviously, we have to let that one happen. Super happy to get a counter spell there with that. Good draw. Do you have another veto? You do! Yay! Magic spawn! Counter play is fun. I guess I'm just passing again. Yeah, between Dovin's Veto and Teferi, like, I used to really enjoy control mirrors in Magic, and these cards sucked a lot of the joy out of them. Does not spark joy. Thanks for the 20 months, Vengeance. I appreciate that. Welcome back. There's a picture on my Twitter, Ivy and Bear. Do you have a third Dovin's Veto?
We will not fail. The land fights for us.
Yeah, the Unyielding Spirit patch is great. Update is great. Big agree. Alright, do they have a dispute of their own? They do not. I think I'm happy that I boarded. Just gonna go ahead and run it back. Huh, you know what? Maybe I actually want less wakes here against their counter spells. I know they were okay there because they ended up countering them. Yeah, I'm gonna put some growth spirals back in and go down to 2 of these. Eastagal, thanks for the 14 months. Life is well. You're doing a-okay. Shocking and definitely not Mystic Dispute land. Which brand did I go with for the new chair? It's funny. It's funny. It shows how long I've not been with Tempo Storm. The chair behind me is a chair I've had for forever that Tempo Storm sent me for free. It's a DX Racer, but the DX Racer is worse than my nice chair that I have. So I use my nice expensive office chair as opposed to the DX Racer. Isn't Magic fun? My opponent lost last game because they missed land drops and died. I'm gonna lose this game because my 27 land deck's gonna miss land drops and die. Feels Magic, man. This is the part where they counter my counter, and then next turn they play Induce Amnesia and take all my cards away. Because that's how that works. Raffle off the chair, maybe, or is that... Why would I want to raffle off... Why would I want to give away my extra chair? I have 2 children that will eventually need chairs. Three children that will eventually teach her. He's gotta adjust all this.
Meditate and prepare.
Nightmares of a you.
Raffling off a chair that's already assembled would also be a giant pain in the ass. These things are a giant difficulty to ship when they're in a box. Me too, Cody. That's definitely the casino deck that what's his name worked on. The Jinx TF deck. It's real sweet. Juju Gabi, thanks for the 49 bucks. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm hoping elves will finally be competitive with the jumpstart cards that we're getting. Your office chair was delivered, assembled. How much did you pay for that? Because the chair I'm sitting in right now cost me 600 bucks and definitely did not come assembled. What am I naming here? I think it's Mirari's Wake, huh? With the Ulamog in hand. About $1,000, sure. Yeah, I believe that. Old Man Suede, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So if we draw an untapped land next turn, we can go Wake into Teferi, which is nice. But I'm playing like mono red with a real slow start here, looks like.
Violence is impolite. This study is over.
I mean, for reference, you really don't need to tag me and stuff on this channel. Like, I generally see messages in chat. Bunchworthy! Thank you for the 52 months. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Don't get complacent. This is for shillings. They did make shillings pay to win. I would like the record to reflect that I had no control over the change in shillings making them pay to win, but I will reap the rewards. Lava Coil. Are they more like a mid-range red then? Is this a concession Ulamog, chat? What do we think? Feels like a concession Ulamog to me.
I would like to test a new hypothesis with you.
So I'm gonna grab this land. Yeah, I believe we can Nissa Ulamog.
Never forgotten.
I don't even think I needed to grab the land, huh?
Strange and magnificent.
Yeah, I didn't even need the land. Good beats. Alright. Aether Gust in, extra Uro in. Well, the shillings aren't strictly pay to win. You can't just spend extra money and get them. It just used to be all level subs, all levels of subs used to get a ×2 shillings bonus, and that's no longer the case. We trim Tamiyo because she doesn't impact the board. I'm going to bring in Nissa because she does impact the board. I'm going to trim Awake. We'll bring in the Gust and the extra Uro. The tier 3 subs still get the 2x rate. Lower tier subs get I think it's 1.2 and 1.4, I think it says. If you look at the shillings details, it lists them. Tells you what the modifiers and stuff are.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. Nothing. That's how it was meant.
Capitalism has invaded Twitch chat. Yeah, something like that. Crockett! Thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Oh, that's the perfect threat for them to have played. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to shock there, and I'm supposed to, like, Grazer plus Teferi in a tapped land. Yeah, I think shocking there was actually wrong. I think I was supposed to go Triome, Teferi, Grazer, put the Temple into play tapped. Yeah, you can use shillings to bump anything that's in the queue.
Together, we will prevail. Behold, nature's true power.
Hey, Hairball, thanks for the 20 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, if Color Control is something. I almost didn't accept that one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have a strong feeling I might regret accepting that one. Alright, so we're down to 4. Get to bring Teferi back with the loyalty. What am I bouncing here? I'm bouncing Ulamog. How much mana do I have? I don't have enough to play this and recast it, but that might still be the line, huh? I could also, like, bounce the Phoenix, and then... I could bounce the Phoenix and then exile some of their lands, so then they're less likely to be able to burn me out. Because I could replay Grazer to block the Phoenix if they play it. That's a good draw.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Is it that good of a draw? Because this isn't doubled. Yeah, do you just do this? Just hope not to die, I think. Good, we could get burned out here. Could get, like, Strike Shocked, or, like, Land, Wizard's Lightning Shocked. Hey, Pylon, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. It's weird not being mad at a set of patch notes. Right? Man, the RTX voice is wild since I got it configured correctly. Like, solidly blocking out the air conditioner noise in the background. It's real good. Great. Looks like we're gonna have a greet off. Or as I like to call it, playing Magic the Gathering. Because basically every format in Magic is agreed off these days. Our hand's pretty good in terms of playing agreed off though. We even milled over a land here, so next turn we'll get to down tick Tamiyo, pick up a land, play Mirari's Wake. Thanks for the 14 months, Rocked Banana. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So, next turn, if I don't draw a land, I can cast this.
You're making it difficult.
So if I do this, I'll have 6-7 mana left over. So I think we just Ulamog. I'm gonna get rid of their blue sources. Oh, actually. Yay, Magic! We made back up 150 of the 400 subs that dropped off after my week off. And we'll see. There's probably a good chance a chunk of them just won't be back. People often, especially Prime subs, people just drop their Prime sub to whoever they're watching at the time a lot of the time when it pops up. So, generally speaking, if you're off for a week, someone's Prime sub will go to somewhere else, and then even if they come back to watching you, they're gonna wait until their Prime refreshes. Aether Gust sounds great. Uro sounds fine. But it's like a ramp deck. I don't know how many shatters I want. I don't know exactly what they're ramping into. Maybe I want more Nissas to be a little bit more proactive. Let's try that for now. I don't actually have that many accelerants. I think I'm supposed to keep this. I mean, to be fair, being directly financially punished for taking any time off isn't that different compared to most jobs in the United States. The United States largely doesn't have jobs that have PTO and good benefits in them. If you're someone that has one of those jobs, you're very fortunate. Cowboy Exquisite, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. The United States of America is a first world country, is a third world country with iPhones, like.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Yeah, there's some things that have requirements for like giving people time off or benefits at their full-time employees, and then companies in the United States work around that by just hiring lots of part-time employees. Like, for example, when I was teaching before streaming full-time, when I was teaching, most schools used lots of people who were adjuncts, because if they're adjuncts, they're technically part-time and you don't have to pay them any benefits. Because that's how capitalism works.
Let us have a storied battle or word.
Yes, hiring full-time contractor employees. Before I taught, I often, I worked as a full-time contract employee. In fact, when my oldest son was born, and I became a stay-at-home dad for a number of years, the reason why I was the one that ended up staying home instead of my wife was because her job had more benefits, and I was just a full-time contract employee.
Time for Plan B. I am not going to sit this one. Let's try this.
And actually, something that's super anecdotal, but is something I feel worth sharing, is that when I'm just naming Mirari's wake again here, I think so when I taught, I actually spent some time teaching for a for-profit university called ITT Tech, and because they were a for-profit university, they had more regulations on them, and they actually spent more time. The things I had to do for the for-profit school to ensure students were doing work and on top of things was way more than I had to do teaching for community colleges and public universities. Because there's less regulations on the community colleges and public universities. And I know ITT Tech had some bad glaring issues and eventually shut down. I don't know what their corporate issues were, but I know on a base level, like what the teachers actually had to do in terms of like helping the students, I personally had to do way more working for ITT Tech than I did for the public universities. Which again, that's anecdotal. I don't know if that's the experience everybody's gonna have everywhere, but it was definitely the experience that I had. Huh? Well. Pro DM Joey, thank you for the sub gifties. I'm gonna decline that. We're gonna put that on the bottom, I think, here. I think this is a Shatter in the Sky turn. Thanks, Pro D. I appreciate it. I think we're shattering our Glacial Fortress, which feels bad, but it is what it is. And I think I'm actually... I think I'm shattering. And then I'm using Tamiyo. And then I'm using Tamiyo to pick Growth Spiral back up here to try and make up some of the ground I'm losing by losing a land.
Holds our future.
They have enough to escape Uro here now, which is a little scary. God damn it, this fucking card. Yeah, I took 2 weeks off of Magic, and it shows. Successfully blocked out Teferi out of my mind. It really makes me chuckle that, like, people have such a negative, people are so salty about me expecting them to, like, do more than the bare minimum to participate in my chats, that when, like, they go out of their way to try and tear me down or point out mean things that I do, the worst thing they can say about me is I call people idiots when I don't agree with them. Imagine living in the in the year 2020 and taking offense at the word idiot being used. It's just fucking wild. I think I'm doing this. I think I'm just supposed to Nissa. Yeah, Teferi and bounce that's gonna feel real bad. Wake me up. Wake me up inside. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I can't wake up. This nightmare never ends. Man, I really wish I had been wrong. I was expecting this format. This is one of the reasons why I was so frustrated with the Winota ban. But so far, this format has become exactly what I was worried it was going to become when they banned Winota. The last couple of days have just been endless piles of greed and ramp and nexus, and it's been, yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, I feel like they took the thing I liked about Historic and killed it. Yeah, there hasn't been, I don't think Gruul is much worse than Winota was. I don't understand why we're not allowed to have decks. I don't understand why we're not allowed to have aggro decks be good in Magic anymore. It's incredibly frustrating. Do I want Nissa? I feel like I don't. I think I need to get rid of Golos here, unfortunately. Yeah, I agree, Birthing Potter. You can't ban the thing that's keeping things in check and then also just not do anything else about anything else.
I'll protect you.
Got him. Why aren't we killing the Tef to prevent a bounce? Yes, I could definitely kill the Teferi. Killing the Teferi was definitely a legal play that was possible for me to make. That's definitely the case. Killing Teferi was definitely an option that I had. I don't know, Ryom. I don't know. I'm just having a hard time having fun with this. I feel bad. Like, I feel obligated. I feel obligated to play because it's my job, and it just hasn't been fun. Magic hasn't been fun in a while, and it's just really frustrating. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a no-win situation because I can't, like, you know, like, I don't, it's hard. I don't, I don't have words.
I know my responsibility. Let's try this.
Yeah, I agree, Pokemon nerd.
Now what?
I agree. I feel like everything I like about Magic, they've worked to remove from the game since War of the Spark and how they manage the game, manage all of their formats. Every time I think something good happens to the game or something that I enjoy happens to the game, they ban it. They banned Felidar Guardian, they fucked up Pioneer, they banned Winota, they leave Teferi legal endlessly, they make really obvious mistakes with Standard, like, and honestly, the last time I really enjoyed Standard was when Oko was legal. Like, when Oko and Field of the Dead were legal, I was enjoying Standard so much, I played a Magic Online Standard event. Like, I don't, yeah, yeah, and that even, I feel like that really highlights the issue with everything that I've had recently, is like, every time I'm like, yeah, this is fun, I can get into this, I like it, they're like, alright, we're gonna ban it, because the way you like having fun, Jeff, isn't the way we want people to have fun in Magic. I feel like I'm not allowed to enjoy the game because the way and the play patterns I enjoy playing in Magic just aren't allowed to exist. I don't know, it's just hard. If Magic wasn't my job, I wouldn't be playing it right now, is basically the TLDR. And I feel like maybe that means I shouldn't be playing it anyways, because like I feel like if that's the only reason I'm playing it, it's probably gonna not be my job for long anyways, because people are gonna notice that. And I just like, yeah.
If you show remorse, I'll show you need to take a time out.
Yeah, I hope so, Kill Switch. Cube's best of one, right? Right? Is Cube on Arena best of one? I feel like I heard that Cube on Arena is best of one somewhere. Yeah, just like Magic sucks as a best of one game in my opinion. It's so miserable. There's so many non-games that best of one is incredibly frustrating to me.
I am Tamiyo. It is an honor to meet you. Let me aid your research.
I want to keep the Conqueror's Death, so we can pick it back up with Tamiyo down the line. Well, I'll be good for next turn if it doesn't get thought erasured. Agonizing remorse, sorry.
I guess you do not want to talk. I follow the tracks of the wise.
We just want to up our threat density here. Grazer's not individually very good. Shatter seems fine against their hero deck. I think I'm supposed to trim Mirari's Wake in this matchup. Like, I know it was fine there, but I think I want cards that are a little bit more individually powerful, because Mirari's Wake doesn't do anything on its own. Maybe Dispute's not good enough. They have a lot of things that play to the board. I'm actually not going to board that in here since they're a hero deck. I boarded this in against the control deck earlier, but against something with threats I'm not going to. Something to bring these into play untapped is nice here. Interesting they played this out knowing that the Shatters are here.
Right on schedule.
Thanks, McNux.
This might be a bad idea.
I don't know. I don't plan to quit Magic anytime soon. It's my job and all. I think I might stop taking deck view submissions though. That might be what I need to do.
That's more like it.
When formats aren't brew friendly, the deck queue just really doesn't work. And I really don't want to play Magic online. So playing just like focusing, yeah. Magic's been too shitty recently to like play decks like this and be able to slog through it. I'll just actually be more, yeah, like I'm gonna refund that 5-color control deck I accepted. That deck's not playable.
Nothing.
And we'll just try and play reasonable things. Yeah, the format is Teferi and Wilderness Reclamation now. They banned Winota, so this format could look like Standard. Because the problem with Standard is the same problem this format has now, which is that they refuse to let aggro decks be playable in Magic. Still one card short of escaping Uro here. I assume since I left this Ceratops, they're going to be able to kill it. Also, it just isn't big enough to kill this 5-mana Teferi now.
I've got time.
I don't like Brawl. I don't like playing best of one. Like, I appreciate that people recommending a change, and I agree pivoting formats is usually a good solution to that, but Arena doesn't offer other formats that allow me to play Magic in the way I like to play Magic. Like, Magic has so many non-games, I find it super frustrating to play as a best of one game. Thanks for the mini, Jareth. Well, the Jeskai control/turns deck, they banned, what's it called? Definitely forgot about the Pro Blue there, it looks like. They banned Fires of Invention, yep.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Brawl is also dominated by rampant 4-color, 5-color green. Of course it is. It's for the 12 months on go. The good news is, when they kill this, we can escape Uro. Oh. Alright, well, that's a happy surprise. Yeah, Mage Cub, definitely.
This might be a bad idea.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you need one more mana to top deck Ulamog. Our best draw here is probably like a Nissa or another Shifting Ceratops, so we can kill their Planeswalker and apply some pressure to their life total. Alright, there's the 10th land for Ulamog. And they can kill Teferi here, but if they kill Teferi, we can escape Urim.
I've got it. It's only a matter of time.
Let's plus Tamiyo here, so that way... I guess I could down-tick Tamiyo and pick back up Teferi, and Teferi bounce the Citadel again. Veto on top of the deck. Yep.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Leave Ulamog in there in case we draw another Tamiyo.
We will meet again.
Yeah, the auto battlers became redundant pretty quickly in my experience. They didn't have the level of replayability that card games tend to have.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
I don't know, Time Lord. It's there's a lot of uncertainty. I would love a Pokemon Auto Battler. I really feel like the Pokemon IP could stand to be leveraged some more. The Pokemon IP is so good.
I am not making this up as I go.
Probably not, realistically speaking, Slow Future. Mythgard's not a game that's popular enough to support content as a job. Hey, Vin, thanks for the 31 months. Alright, well. Oh, I should have left 2 blue up, right? I guess that assumes this resolves. Oh, I can untap a blue, right? It's for the 3rd of a year, Spymania. What was wrong with Pokemon Sword and Shield? I like Pokemon Sword and Shield. An open world Pokemon RPG game would be sick. Something... There was There was a third-party IP that did something similar to that. It wasn't Pokemon, but it was like had a similar idea. Forget what it was called. Temtem. Yeah, I think that Temtem sounds right. Sword and Shield wasn't bad, just didn't live up to people's expectations. I think people tend to have pretty unrealistic expectations for IPs that they love like that.
Let's hold that thought.
Cease this aggression.
Yeah, straight game 3 on the play, huh? Girl in Historic is playable. It's fine. I think it's a lot less good than it once was. It's much worse than. Yeah, Aero swap to the aggro deck after this. It's a good one to have on top. I have a small glimmer of hope that they're going to unsuspend Winota once they're going to unsuspend Winota when they give us Containment Priest. But probably not. Oh, probably not. We'll see. Find out Thursday, I guess, right? I love Gen 2, but I also understand that I'm incredibly biased because Gen 2 was the game I played the most as a child.
And fine.
I grew up on Silver and Crystal.
I have learned all I can here.
Here goes nothing.
And just like good highlighting of how Teferi not only invalidates instant speed stuff, but it also invalidates, you know, cards like Mirari's Wake. Because like I have this sweet 5 mana card, but it doesn't impact the board the turn I play it, so Teferi just bounces it. Mandelbrot Worse, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Kamatron, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome to Hoaglandia.
I've got time.
Alright, well, we can at least cantrip this next turn, even if they just get to bounce their way right away. Yeah, I don't get it, Stegall. I don't. Like I said, I could even understand the Winota ban and be fine with it if they just, like, actually managed everything in the format, didn't, like, just ban that. Leave the Tamiyo in here, so if we find a Conqueror's Death, we can get her back with it. Oh, maybe I'm just supposed to Shatter here, actually. Huh? Yeah, I wasn't thinking about this under Deputy. Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to Shatter there. That's fine. We'll get to Shatter next turn after they Teferi bounce this, right? Quantum Adaptation, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Boston Bill, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Oglandia.
Let's try this.
Dueling you will be excellent. I think you will find my
I think
note.
Teferi Time Raveler here, so we could try and bounce this. We missed, which lets us escape a row. Noriska, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. How many lands do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, all the Ulamogs are spent.
I know you somewhere.
Man, where are my Teferis at, huh? So we'll start with this. Could have cast Ulamog if Nissa resolved. Yeah, but I wasn't expecting her to resolve. And I was hoping to bait a counter spell with her. With the other cards first, so we could try and make her resolve. I grab a land to cast Ulamog from the bin. No, these are the only cards in my bin. If I recall correctly. Right? Yeah, because Tamiyo put these 4 into the bin. Now we can pick up a land.
No tail should be discarded.
Don't worry, I got this.
This game should be pretty over, right?
The past is never forgotten.
Through this land, we are all connected. Be wary of the ground you walk on.
I really should have seen that coming.
I mean, what hate have they played?
Let's slow this down.
They played 0 hate cards. Okay, I was just making sure I wasn't missing something. I was like, I'm pretty sure they haven't played anything I'd classify as a hate card, but you know.
To the library.
Hey, Dwells, thanks for the 3rd of a year. Happy anniversary. Do one more. Thinking about this, the sheer increase in accessibility to otherwise prohibitively expensive low supply cards like Uro, leading to inflated defects of imbalance of design without the supply to strangle the representation of decks to the format highest win rate deck quickly. I think that's nonsense. I think what you're saying there, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're basically saying that the reason why you're basically positing that Magic has always sucked and been imbalanced, but we just didn't have enough supply of cards to really let the cards that suck and are imbalanced be propagated through tournaments. Which, like, if you look at historical data and, like, look at decks that have been toxic and created bad formats in the past, like, they're widely accessible. People that are playing Magic competitively were always going to get access to the cards in paper. Yeah, it's more along the lines of solid formats are bad, hide the data. Yeah, they're saying like that if things were bad, they weren't as bad as they could be because they weren't accessible. Eldrazi Winter is a great example. That's a fantastic example. As someone who played a lot of Magic competitively during Eldrazi Winter, that is a phenomenal point. Thanks for the 18 months, Abysmal. Welcome back.
Let me aid your research.
This is always the punishment. I decide I want to play one more match and we queue into Nexus of Fate. Should have quit while I was ahead. I don't really have a good wrap up. I'm sorry to the person that submitted this. I'm not feeling it today, and yeah, bleh. I don't know. Let's switch over. Let's try the aggro deck and see if the aggro deck can make us feel things. Or if this is unplayable now.